There's a lot of different ways to get strong. Um, it's something I was kind of talking to a couple of clients of mine today, and it's something I've been seeing more lately, that there's no right way to get strong, and there's like a lot of different ways to do it. Um, Basically, if you define being strong as being able to do more weight than you were able to do before, being able to put more weight on the bar and being able to lift it, there's a lot of ways to achieve that. You could honestly, you can get fat and get stronger. You could learn to adjust your form and significantly decrease your range of motion and get quote unquote stronger. You can put on more muscle and get stronger. You can get better at a movement, stronger at just a specific movement by doing it a lot and get stronger. You can do variations of a movement and get stronger. And there's a lot of different rep ranges you can use, a lot of ranges for sets that you can use, a lot of different ways of putting on muscle or tricks of putting on strength you could use, and there's no one way of getting stronger. So what's the best way? There isn't any best way. It's what you enjoy and what's fun to you, and what kind of feels right or feels good to you. I think as I see it, as I continue to advance as a lifter, a lot of lifters have their own style. I'd say anyone who's advanced, they kind of have their own unique style of training or things that they like to do or ways that they like to train and stuff. And that's not the right way or the wrong way. It's just their way. And even that's always changing and adapting. I feel like that's how it should be. And there's always more to learn and so many different ways to train, so many different ways to progress, and there's no right way. And if you look at like a certain type of training or programming and it seems really popular, you can try and see how it fits you, but it doesn't mean it's the right way just because everyone is doing it or a lot of people are doing it. There is no real right way to train, and there's kind of like a lot you could do, and it's kind of up to you what you want to do. I like to kind of prioritize my training in terms of having it be fun, so like I want to enjoy what I'm doing, and I will kind of write out my training based on that. Like I'll not do just squat, bench, or deads, and a lot of the time I'll do different kinds of accessory exercises. A lot of the time I'll mix up rep ranges, and you can mix in some hypertrophy work with some strength work. You can do some specific work of specific exercise that is like doing a lot of bench to build up your bench, or you can do different variations to build up your bench. And there's a lot of different things to do, but the number one thing is just, of course, progressive overloading and adding weight on the bar over time. But if you can do this and you can keep this up, you'll get stronger. If you can just gradually add weight on the bar and not kill yourself every workout, you'll get stronger. And there's no right way to do it, and I think it's important to get out of the ideology or thought of like having dogma and having like an obsession over it has to be done a certain way. Like truly, there's no absolute way that things have to be done. You can do your training a lot of different ways, and the biggest thing is just to gradually get better and gradually put weight on the bar over time. If you can do that, you can keep progressing. If you can do that, you can go a long way. And lifters that plateau or stall, honestly, I just think that they're not trying new things. And in a certain sense, I've never really stalled or plateaued. A lot of times it's just they're training too hard, and there's a mentality that you have to train super hard. But it's something, a lot of people don't like Tai Lopez, but it's something I kind of like Tai Lopez. I've heard him say this, that that if you take like a billionaire and you take like a regular person, or you take a millionaire, that billionaire is not working harder than the millionaire or the regular person. If anything, the billionaire is working semi-hard or even less hard. What's making the difference is it's what they know. They're what they know and the people they talk to, so they're working smarter. And that's kind of what it is you have to innovate. In my opinion, you have to innovate and try new things with your strength. What got you here won't necessarily get you there, and when you're plateauing, a lot of it is just trying something new and trying something different. The definition of insanity, of course, is to do the same thing over and over and expect a different result. Well, I think it applies for training too. Whatever you're doing, no matter how good of a training program it is, how good of your sets are, your reps are, and everything is organized and stuff, inevitably it'll fail at some point. Inevitably you'll start to plateau at some point, and then at that point you have to mix it up. You have to introduce new exercises, try new rep ranges, try, maybe if you're doing low reps, try doing high reps. If you're doing certain exercises, dumbbells, maybe do barbells for the next time. And you have to mix things up and change things up, and if you do that, you shouldn't plateau. You should continue to progress. And whether that's 1 rep max PRs or rep PRs, you should be continuing to progress for a long time. And the only way to do that, of course, is to just add weight on the bar over time, try new things, and kind of mix it up. There's no one way to train, there's no right way to train, and the only right thing to do really is to gradually get stronger, gradually put on weight on the bar, and be patient with it, and just gradually add weight. And if you're plateauing right now, and if you don't know what you're doing, try something new, and then stick to it for a month, a couple months, and then see where it takes you. And if you didn't progress with it, you can kind of tweak it and try something else, and then stick to that. Do that for a month, a few months, and see where it takes you. And you do things like this, and you'll go a long way.